I'm back, my friends. I'm back. So, these people, triglycerides, or these very short people, uh, in the ancient Africa, during the Egyptian pharaohs, they used to call them, they had this, what's this, their god, Ptah or something, So these are very short dwarf people. They use them, these court dwarfs, as an entertainment, highly prized people. So these royals can be very proud of them. Just to have I got this dwarf master, they are very loyal and very fanatic, very extremist, because they don't have any other options, my friend. You don't have that confidence. You don't have, my friend, if you are tall, very handsome and good looking, and if you're a woman, very beautiful and everything, my friend, the option is full, my friend. The whole world is your oysters, But these dwarf people, my friend, they don't have any other option, okay? Back to my story, okay? So this our Caesar, the older of the house, she was working for this court in Asmara, right in front of this Cinema Roma. This is an Aburok guy, like my friend. He just met me there. There's a cafe in the Roma Cinema Roma in Asmara, So opposite that, there used to be this court. So her sister, I think she's one of the oldest in the house. I think she was working there. I don't know what's her name, Mabrat or what? I don't know. I'm not whether she was a clerk, or maybe she was married to a judge, very famous judge, and district judge, maybe national judge in the whole nation. I don't know. That court. There are two courts. That's one, and that is another one is right in front of the fish market in Asmara. Okay, so I don't know which one is which in terms of their higher power. So that court in front of this Cinema Roma. Okay, so this is the Rabro. He's a cabbie guy. I know him for so many years in London. So he met me right at the cafe, my friend. So that I don't see there. He just put my face facing to the east, but the court is right. If I face to the west, and this Mabratom Ndalamba from there. He's got now this petrol station there. This Adri book publishing. Okay. So her sister used to work for that court. I don't know whether she was a clerk or I don't know what her title was. Okay. So she's got a brother, another guy called what's his name? Samson. Biniam was a guy that I was associated with. So her dad used to be this Rwanda, we call him Rwanda, he used to write this letter. That time there wasn't keyboard and computer. So he was typewriter, that was just kind of flipping, this fiddling with the typesetting thing. We're going with this Biniam. They used to call it Rwanda, if you got any complaints to the government or maybe tax office, maybe any administrative offices, you just write a form and letter, writing using typesetting, okay? So that was his house, Aboy Shishai from Mandafara. He's a brother of this dwarf, Mapato Marigeta, Napoleon, Mahalin, all of them. The whole people are tribalites, my friend. Okay, so it's really amazing, man. So this Martin guy in YMC in Stockwell, when she was sending me these postcards and letters and pictures, he was the guy of the admin manager of this YMCA house, Young Men Christian Association, YMCA. Okay, so he's a Kenyan. Okay, so it's really amazing. Their whole idea is they want to be the leaders, the bosses, Milky, Kumolku, So they have to be the boss, my friend. These dwarf people, my friend, they don't have any other options. They have to use every government agency means to be on top of you, boss, Milky Melati. That's the whole thing. Working for courts, law, justice, ministry, all that kind of stuff. So Obama was a lawyer. So he was campaigning to be a leader of America, my friend. The first only black leader in America, my friend. Okay? So she was campaigning for him. So she brought me this t-shirt, his picture. It's a white t-shirt from America, That was when initially I got married and I brought her my wife in this country. So she came flying. With this another girl called Tamasgan from around Adria. They told me she was into this zombie war, she was getting mad. in Abdullah going all this my everything, my friend. So she came to this country. She's light skin. So she used to be in that part of this group, Abdullah cousin, okay? This mailing list, okay? So they came, my friend. They want hug, okay? So this Tamaskan went to Sheffield. She feel it. Feel it. Okay, so she came here. So Tamaskan, I just want to give you the background of this. Tamaskan name was like this guy. He had this picture with my dad in Saudi Arabia. So my dad was an entrepreneur, my friend. Famous, very successful entrepreneur, really brave man, my dad, okay? There's no one who can match in the whole economy in our region, okay? So this Tamaskan guy is from Abdullah, brother of his Mhatan. Now he changed his name, Isaias, okay? So he had a brother called Tam, all of them are dwarf, okay? Dwarf, okay? So his army, he had this internet cafe in Abdullah, so he bought this really beautiful, gorgeous woman, tall, my friend, very slender, nice smooth skin, my friend, chocolatey kind of beautiful, my friend. She was wearing this see-through kind of this like silk and a transparent clothes, like it was sunshine, my friend, in the internet cafe. Very tall, my friend. I was like saying, what this supermodel woman coming into this little town in Atlanta, going there, they want to hurt me, my friend, so that I can change her, like, so they brought her, she went astray, like, showing off, like, so her expectation was I was gonna chase her, sniff, like a sniff dog kind of thing, like, so they want to hug me. So this I'm a guy, brother, and the guy who had a photo with my dad, their brother, called Tamaskan. Okay, so all in a sudden, this Betty, girl, she's my relative from Dixa, so she brought all this Taniko Tamaskan. Tamaskan, he's a singer. I think they wrote all his album, his script, poem, lyrics, everything. So they wanted to use that picture that this guy called Tamaskan had with my dad so that they can lead us, my friend. Can you believe it? Like, no? So this Tame and his brother, my dad, he's in London, dwarf now, okay? So they brought all this Tamaskan Taniko. Tell me, so this girl called Tamaskan, she came to London because I was listening to this Tamaskan Taniko album, okay? She came with this out. Can you believe this show? Dwarf people, man, they're really genius, man, evil genius. So she came to London, brought this t-shirt of Obama, another troglodyte dwarf, so that I can wear it. I wear it, my friend. Like, that time there was a lot of yearning for black leader. To all this, we read about this Marcus Garvey, all this civil rights movement in America. It's not our business, to be honest, But hey, they are blacks, they are Africans, isn't it? So I wore it. It's a white t-shirt with Obama on the front, on the belly, So he won twice because of this hour. So because she wants to further her career for this Lockheed Martin, okay? And Martin, he happened to be a Kenyan guy, administrative of all these crowd people in YMCA. Martin, okay? Lock Martin, he is the defense company in America where this hour is working for. So they gave her job promotion after promotion, my friend. She had this boring chemical engineering degree. Now she's there, dwarf girl, okay? So her sister, this Nebia, that I knew her as a teenager. When I went to Asmara, I have a cousin, and it's called Meda. We used to call it Meda Ethiopia, now it's called Meda Etra. She came right to the area where I was keen to go into the bus. So she was right in front of me. Her hair used to be so long, like this silky, shiny, long hair, my friend. Very beautiful hair. Now she was looking that's like wet bird, chopped her head, and she was very dwarf. Then she was right in the queue, so she was facing for this shop. So what she's saying is, a city girl, this street girl, like I lead you. She was right in front. And then I was talking she was pretending she heard my voice, and she was shocking. She looked at my face like she was right in front of me, and I said, "Hey, are you Nabu? Are you Nabu?" Yeah, that's the brother. What are you doing? What are you doing, Anna? What about you? What are you doing? Kind of like we hug each other, So she was like this really kind of like this little bird, my father. So she was, then later this guy called Ermias, a singer from around the Kamhar Hadam, black guy with broken teeth. He used this called the Guramaile kind of song. Guramaile in Sao means don't brag. Guramaile means nice teeth gums as well. Okay, so he's got this he's a black boy, very short. So he had all these clips around that shop area where I'm at this Nebiat. Okay, so Nebiat, her dad is from Mandafara, and the mom of my brother from another mom is called Hermes, so her village is from Mandafara. Okay, so they were creating the big kind of hoopla, my friend, propaganda war. Anyway, back to my point. Okay, so that's the Obama, my friend. Okay, they want to progress their current dwarf kingdom of the dwarfs. So you got all this guy now everyone, my friend, because I want to make it clear, my friend. Like, I don't think I'm not gonna go on about this, but I just want to make it clear, my friend. Like, because all this Martin Luther King, all this reformation. So, all this Lutheranism, Protestant, what they have this, they only believe in salvation, only faith in Jesus, nothing else. Okay, that's what sets them apart from this Roman Catholic Church. So all this perjury, having that kind of middle ground between heaven and hell, all that kind of stuff. We used to have this Italian lady, heavy smoker, old lady. She told me about this perjury Catholic kind of belief. She was a receptionist, she was working with Martin. Okay, so this Lutheranism, because we are Africans, my friend, we are Orthodox Orthodox Church believers. So they want to have that hidden church. Hidden church, they want to have control of you, to be bosses, so when all these Italians, what they say, we are inside of the electorate, that's what they were doing, milky kumolkuha, they want to be bosses, always they just control this prayer, my friend. So all this Tawahado church, it doesn't exist with them, so they want to grab me. So they sent me with this called Martha. So Martha, Martin, Marcus is a god of war. Okay, so the whole thing about this Martha is from this Lutheran church, or this Pentecostal, another derivative of this Lutheranism. Okay, so the whole thing, my friend, they want to be bosses. Simple, dwarf kingdom. So I just want to just give you to, so this I think she's got an uncle called Dr. Asmoro. What kind of job he does is, I'm not 100% sure, but it's really funny enough. I think her mom was called Adezodi. Was it Adezodi, or she was a black lady? I think she's from Halai originally. Okay, so this Benem is a brother. Yodit is her. Yodit, she's one of the tallest girl in their house. She was very beautiful when I knew her. She was a teacher, primary school or something. Anyway, so Samson, Benem, Yodit. So they introduced me to this girl called Yudit in London. A lot of Yudites, okay? So Nebiat, Howard, okay? Cousin. So this is about this court, my friend, okay? Court and law, and you go what it was called as for the Hashim. They want her to have all the leadership being a boss of us, because she's the Ministry of Justice, so for the Hashim was a princess in Egypt, so they just want us to be under the Egyptian influence, my friend. Her name is that's what I mean. So if I was gonna take over as our boss, Minister of Justice, which were employer of our sister, is gonna be indirectly our boss, my friend. Okay, so that's the whole thing. They want to be lawmakers like this. Barack Obama and his wife and Michelle Obama, all that kind of stuff, my friend. It's all about control, my friend. It's a colonial kind of thing, my friend. Hey, America, we got this Leo kind of thing. Anyway, I brought you all this doctrine, Catholicism, unified church, all this 30 years war, religious war, and Martin Luther King. So they took me to this hospital, mental hospital in London. And the ward was called Martin Luther King. Can you believe it's just a whole thing is just football, my friend. It's just to be my bosses, whether I like or not. So I have to forsake my religion, my village, my country, my faith, everything. So they have to be the bosses, all these dwarf bosses. Okay. So it's so her sister was this working for this court in Asmara. Okay, she wasn't that good looking. I think all of them are not good looking. All of them are really kind of the only beautiful from the house was this Yodit. She was okay. I don't know whether she got old now or not. And so there is this petrol station near the court there in Asmara. So there is a guy called Eyob, okay? Eyob Hadish from Mandafra village. So he's a brother of this a guy who's chasing me everywhere in London. He lives somewhere in Tulsi. He's a new guy, like maybe he stayed in this country for 10 years. So this Eyob guy is in Mombasa. We used to be classmates. He was just kind of like average boy. He wasn't that clever guy. So he's into business now. Collaborated with this in Dabwit Ame. They used to have this flour mill in Adria. Now they became millionaires somewhere in Rwanda, Tanzania area. So this Eyob is from that area, my friend, because of this Martin receptionist. Okay, now the guy, I think he's become very famous in Mombasa. He's a traders guy, he's a business guy. He used to be my classmate. Okay, because of this Martin guy of Kenyan in YMCA. Okay, and Lock Martin Heed. Okay, however, it became a job career dynasty of all these dwarfs. So that's the brother of this guy. It's a guy. Actually, this woman, like this vampire looking, kind of this astrologer, kind of like this matchmaking lady. Okay, so just see how the names associations are, how they are, what's all about. Because there are a lot of MIGs making so much noise in the morning, my friend. Like it's just to remind that Martin Lockheed. So when they say Lockheed, Lockheed or locker or head, the head of boss. I think that's what they're trying to say in America. Okay. So I was trying to get a visa for my ex-wife. So they told me she has to go to Kenya. It was set up completely So I contacted this guy called Eyob Hadish. So he, in return for this guy, just funded from Mandafara, brother of Orbit. Orbit is the husband of my sister, from another woman. Okay, it's still same from this village. So this Tosfaldet Obai, he was trying to help the mom of my wife. So my ex-wife used to work for this called dwarf guy, Rusom, Nabuit Ame. So Eyob Hadish married a sister of this Rusom Ame. Okay, they are from Mbakhabarti. In fact, my little sister in Asmara, when she was doing her degree, they made her do research paper to study about this Mbakhabarti. That Kabarti Mba means big kind of mountain, very, very honored, very respected kind of this Indian shrine kind of mountain thing. This too much exaggeration about it. They're really dwarfs people, my friend, ancient Egyptian dwarfs. Okay. So this is how they try to control us from everything, my friend. Because I just, in fact, I'm really bored. In fact, to say about this. Okay. So this is Samson Biniam, and this guy Biniam, I used to trim his hair, my friend, because he was very fussy, always angry. So and Brahman Mabratom, his neighbor, we used to live around the same area. Okay. So Sabram Bay was one of our friend. I think he's someone in Sudan or Egypt now. So this Tabascan guy is from Adorita. Okay, so this Mpratab guy. Okay, the guy that had showed my dad. So my friend. Okay. Okay, I see this. What else? So this guy is singer. What's his name? Hermes, a guy from the Kampala. He was Agam kind of thing. So Guramai, one of the very, very famous singers. Okay. So this Mokon Tasfa is married to a girl called Barhat. So her real name is Barhat, but they call her Natsla in the US. Okay. So this Mokon Tasfa married to her. He's original from Semdi area. So his mom, I think his dad, and Mehrat, Mama Mehrat, one of my cousins, Tasfai Malake and Malik Malake, and they Mehrat are brothers. Okay, so this guy married to this brother from this area. Okay, so he called this what's called Agua, Bera Agua. I think he wrote a really kind of gibberish kind of book. So his son and this guy called Brahane from our village, from that village area. Okay, he came together when I was passing Stockholm near Blue Night Cafe, both of them, they're trying to kind of hey, we manage this guy kind of thing. So this Agua is this kind of foolhardy guy from the Adamo thing, because of this Emir singer sang about Guramaili, Dombra kind of thing in Saho. Okay, So they saying like we are leaders, my friend. Okay? Martin, Lockheed, Martin, leaders. The company doesn't belong to them. Really, they don't even know them, my friend. So they brought this guy called Yasin Hassan Bajaja. He's Abdul Qadir was my friend. And after so they translating that name. Yasini means you got big seed kind of thing, like so that's why they use it. His name Yasini big seed kind of big seed, my friend. I don't have that, my friend. That's Michelle Obama who's got it. That no, that's Barack Obama wife. Okay, you got that like rhino kind of like this ivory seed, not me, my friend. Okay, so give it to the right people. Okay. Okay. I have to go so fast, my friend. So I said that what I got in like they make me circle. So maybe I has made it to this guy called I don't know what his name. He used to work for bank, I think somewhere. So she told me a long time ago. Okay. So I think the pride and joy of the whole family is about this Dr. Asmoro. I don't know what kind of job he does in America. I think he's a brother of their mom. I think Miss Zodi, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so they got a cousin, another uncle called Maprato Mergeta. Mergeta means like a leader, lord. Okay, into this kind of Deptara thing. I think he's that. Okay, very short dwarf guy. So in the Deptara in the ancient times, what they do is because they are highly educated, there was no educational foundation, so establishment. So these were people only knew girls, okay? So they know all this kind of this leaf, like this cannabis, all that kind of stuff now. So that brings hallucination to all these people. So they used to give them people then like what they do is they saw some stones on the roof. So it makes a lot of noise. So people were scared the hell out of them because of this Deptara. Like they were playing mind games with all people like that because there was no medicine, there was no medical doctors, there were no mental specialists, mental health specialists. That time was only doctors who were the doctors, physically and mentally and spiritually and emotionally. Okay, so that guy has got, this family have got that such a pride. Only knowing this, I will put the name of the leaf, my friend, because they use it somewhere in Latin America. So it's got this narcotic hallucinatory effect. Okay, so they knew the effect of that leaf. It goes widely in Eritrea, so they were giving to people, and all these people are going into zombie land. It's just the same thing like this when you smoke cannabis and like you go into all this delirium kind of thing. Hence, they call themselves Merigeta, leader, Lord. Only knowing that leaf, my friend. So they saw all that story from Europe. My friend, you get scared. You think there are some zombie world ghosts, like horrifying and torturing you. Other matter of fact, these are the Deptaras people. They give you all the leaves, my friend. It gets you into this emotional roller coaster hallucination, my friend. So they were extremely very fear people. So that is the mentality that they have. These people, my friend. Like they silence, my friend. So that's their cousin, Merigeta Mabrahaton. His son is called Napoleon. Showing this in Wales, Mahari in Birmingham. Okay, so this Thomas Ganga came with her when she went to visit. So I took him to this corridor and White Gift Shopping Center mall. I took them to this royal bodyguard like this in Buckingham Palace, and like she had a lot of photos. Really skinny, very tiny leg and everything. Like I don't even like to see that pictures now. Okay. So she called her son Hiyab. Hiyab is a daughter of Tesfaye Tolde, and another, it's a namesake for Tesfaye Salah, the blind man, my friend. So they don't want me to break loose of all this virtual artificial prison system, my friend. Like everything interlinked. So what I said about the Obama, how she came with that t-shirt, my friend. So they were using me like this foolhardy city boy. I didn't know how these people really nasty were. Like now I regret them. I do look down so much on myself. With just all this belief and trusting all these really crap rubbish people. Like just, Obama. I was just saying Obama to this dwarf guy. Like Okay. What else? Yeah. So Obama was a lawyer. Okay. So did his wife, Michelle Obama, lawyer, Harvard University and Princeton University, all that stuff, my friend. So her sister was kind of working for this court into this law justice ministry. This is a piece of power. Okay. I don't know what she's doing. I think she must be some cleaner, maybe some domestic worker, maybe working for these old people, care mom in America. My friend. They don't have the right intelligence to get good job, my friend. Okay, they don't have the looks. They don't have nothing, my friend. They can't do nothing except applying for this Lockheed Martin aeronautical chemical engineering and doing that job. And Mr. Donald Trump, that's the job for them, my friend. He say, "Make America great, Megan. Megan Markle. Make America great." Mr. Eob told Abraham, please fancy, imagine about Megan Markle. Make America great. So according to say, make America great, my friend. Vision and imagine, like John Lennon, the Beatles, about all these white people. Please make us great. Make America great. Please think about Obama.